Hey y'all, real quick, it's March the 25th, 2017, and real quick, I thought we all might benefit today. Think about labels, and I brought this up before in previous videos. It's one of those things that I feel the urge to reiterate and to meditate on and focus on and dwell upon is labels. Right. Just to speak simply, labels are an intellectual binding of yourself to some sort of variable, I guess, in human behavior most times, or I guess a human appearance, things of that nature. Differences between people. The differences between us is what constitutes the labels that we have, right? The similarities between us would be that chances are, if you're listening to my words right now, you're a human being. That is a label. That's one label. Right? But there's all sort of other labels that either we put upon ourselves or are put upon us from outside factors. The ones that are put upon us from outside factors, what I want us to remember all today is that those are dangerous. It's real dangerous. Because like I said, labels are bindings to some sort of attribute. Right? What it is chains. You're chained to a label. Right? Kind of like a slave. In a way, you're a slave to that label. Like, for example, I'm a human being, right? That's what's similar to all these people who's listening to my words. Right, but as you can tell from the flag in the back, I'm from America. That's a label. But see, I choose to put that on myself. I say, I'm an American because here, I like the culture here, and I think it's the best in the world. And I know a little bit about other people's cultures, and I think mine is the best in the world. And so, that's a label I put on myself. I sort of, in a way, make myself a slave to American culture because I'm not really trying to push anybody else's culture. God bless them and their culture. Alright, but I'm doing my thing. My thing's American. Alright, that's a label. And there's other labels that I could think about putting on myself, but I really don't want to. There's all sort of labels that you might infer about me. He seems very libertarian. He seems Christian. He seems kind of autistic. All these labels. You say, oh man, basically his skin is white, so that makes him a white skinned person. Sure, all these labels can be put up from the outside onto me, and I'm not going to stop anybody from putting labels on me. I don't think any of us can stop people from putting labels upon you from the outside onto you. However, we don't necessarily have to agree with any of these labels. That's what you gotta understand. There's no obligation to agree to any of these labels coming from externally. Right? They have you believe that there is. Like, you get on government forums or these forms that they have you fill out in public school and stuff and try and put you all sort of boxes. Right? Put all sort of labels on you. I've always been putting different, checking out different stuff. I don't subscribe to any of these labels, so I mix them up and match them up. And whoever is taking track of all these labels that are put on me, they're gonna have a hard time figuring it out because I never know what to put down. All right, and like I said, I just want to suggest that whole deal is very dangerous. Right? Why does anybody have to know what kind of label is on you? Right, you're a human being. That's all that's really important. And secondly, there's all sort of attributes about you. There's all sort of adjectives and stuff to describe who you are and what you do and how you tick. Right, so it's kind of silly that people would be putting all sort of labels on themselves. That's one of the silliest things about transgenderism. It's because it seems as though these people, these transgender people out here, they're scrambling and they're scraping for more and more labels to put onto themselves. They want more labels. They want more chains upon them, but it's like, who are you a slave to? It's not God. It's not God of the Bible, at least. I mean, maybe it's some other God that who you know about and I don't know about, but it is not the God of the Bible. Right? So it's not truth at all, because truthfully, you got a wiener or something like that. That is the truth. Right? So you are diving away from the truth. You are diving away from the God that I'm aware of. And you're trying to put more labels on yourself simultaneously. It's like, dude, that's not a good idea. Don't be putting labels on yourself. I mean, I can't stop you, but I would suggest that less chains would be a good idea. You don't have to agree to people labeling you. Meanwhile, our little children, a lot of our little children are in public schools right now. God bless them. There's certain public schools out there that are probably better than others. Public schools are teaching the children how to accept labels upon them and not really question them. In fact, it's teaching them to want more labels upon them that box them in, keep them intellectual slaves. Anyways, it's March the 25th, 2017.